All right, in this video, we're going to be looking at translations. Okay, we're starting a chapter on taking different shapes and doing different movements to them. So our first movement that we're going to look at is called a translation. So first of all, let's define what a translation is. So a translation, basically, it boils down to you just taking a shape or a figure and sliding it. Okay? One thing I want you to make note of is the shape looks the exact same, and it faces the same direction as the original shape. So if you think about, if you are, let's say you're in Google Docs and you have a shape in there, and you just straight copy and paste that shape, that is what a translation looks like. When you copy and paste it, it creates the exact image, and it usually pastes it like over to the side just a little bit, but it's still facing the same direction. Okay? So that's what a translation is. So next, let's look at some examples of images that have been translated. Okay? If I have a right triangle, looks like this, and then I have another right triangle right over here, we'll pretend that they're the same size, but you see how they're both facing the same direction. One's not turned or flipped, reflected, rotated, any of that. So this would be a translation, because I just took one and I just slid it straight over. Now, if I have something like a right triangle like this, and then let's say the other one is like this, okay, you see how this, this triangle on the left has kind of been rotated a little bit. So that is not a translation, because it doesn't look the exact same. It's not facing the same direction as the original. Now, what if I did this? I draw a right triangle and a right triangle. But notice how one is bigger than the other one. Okay? So even though they're still facing the same direction, the fact that they're not the same size, this is not a translation. It's known as a dilation, and we'll get to that a little bit later. So it's basically like you're taking a shape and you're copying and pasting it over again. All right. Okay, so now you need to sketch a graph on your paper, okay? And we are going to be taking a shape and we're going to translate it. So first of all, you need to know what shape we're going to do. So let's say we have point A at the point 3, 2. Let's say we have B at 1, 0. And let's say we have point C at 0, 2. Now, in order to do everything this chapter, you're going to need to be efficient at plotting points on a coordinate plane, taking an ordered pair like these and plotting them on a graph. It's something you've done in the past, but I've noticed a lot of people tend to get them backwards. So let's review this really quick. If I'm going to plot the point 3, 2, that first number is your x-coordinate, and the second number is your y-coordinate. So my first number is 3. That means on the x-axis, that's your horizontal one, I'm going to come over to a positive 3. And then my second number is 2, so that means I'm going to go up 2. So you always go over the first number and then up or down the second number, okay? And those were both positive, so I went right and up. B is at 1, 0, so I need to go over 1 and up 0. Label that B. And then C is at the point 0, 2, so I'm going to come over 0 and go straight up 2. And label that C. go ahead and connect those. Okay. Now, if I were to just strictly say, translate that triangle, okay, I would get lots of different answers because you don't know where to translate it to. So you're going to need to be given a set of directions for where you need to translate it. So let's say we're going to take this triangle and we're going to translate, let's go 4 up and 2 to the left. 4 up and 2 left. Okay, so what that means is I'm going to take this triangle, and each point individually, I'm going to go up 4 and 2 to the left. So A, I'm going to come up 4 and 2 to the left. All right, see how I did that? I went up 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2 to the left. All right, now, the way we name our new shape, okay, I'm still going to use A, B, and C whenever I name these points, but it's called A prime. You put a little apostrophe with the A prime, and that's how you know it's the image of what you are translating. All right, so let's do that same thing with B and C. B, I'm going to go up 4 and left 2. So it's going to be right there. Label that B prime. And the same thing with C, up 4 and left 2. And that is C prime. And then go ahead and connect those. And that's your new triangle. All done. Now, one thing that you will have to do is label the coordinates of the new image. Okay? So, they are wanting to know where is A prime located, where is B prime, and where is C prime. So let's look at A prime. I want to know the coordinates of this point right here. So if you follow, you always start at 0, 0, right in the middle. And remember, our first coordinate is to go either left or right. Well, to get to A, I need to go right 1. So that's going to make it a positive 1. And then I need to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So my ordered pair is 1, 6. All right. B prime, I would need to go, since it's right here, I would need to go left 1. So that's going to make that a negative 1. And then up 1, 2, 3, 4. So positive 4. Negative 1, 4. And then finally, excuse me, C prime, start back at the origin. We would have to go left 1, 2, so that's a negative 2. And then I would need to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Negative 2, 6. So here would be my final answer, the ordered pairs for my new triangle, A prime, B prime, C prime. All right, let's look at one more of these. All right, so again, you're going to need a graph here. And this time we're going to do a quadrilateral, a four-sided shape. So let's say we have point A located at negative 2, negative 4. We have point B located at 0, negative 1. We have point C located at negative 4, 0. And then let's have point D located at negative 2, 2. So I'm going to plot these. For point A, I'm going to go negative 2, negative 4. So that means I need to go left 2 and then down 4. Label that A. Point B is at 0, negative 1. So I'm going to go over 0 and down 1 right there. C is going to be at negative 4, 0. So I'm going to come left 4 and then that's it. Up or down, none. And then point D is at negative 2, 2. So left 2 and up 2. Okay, let's go ahead and connect that. All right, now I need directions to tell you where to translate this. So let's go, let's say 3 up and 1 right. Okay, I'm going to put this one in a different color so it's easier to see. So that means that each point individually, A, B, C, and D, I'm going to take and I'm going to follow these directions. So point A, I'm going to go 3 up, 1, 2, 3, and 1 right. So there is a prime. Okay. B prime, I'm going to go 3 up, 1, 2, 3, and 1 right. There's my B prime. Same thing for C prime, 1, 2, 3 up and 1 right, and D prime. And then I'm going to connect these. So what you notice is these overlap a little bit, and that's okay. Okay? They should still look the exact same. Now, we need to know new coordinates. So A prime, okay, that's this one right here. If you look, if I start at the origin, I would have to go left 1 and down 1. So that's going to be -1, -1. B prime, I would go over 1 and up 2. I should have said right 1 and up 2. It's +1, +2. C prime, I would need to go left 3, so that's -3, and then up 3, so that's going to make that a +3. And then D prime, I would need to come left 1, so that's -1, and then up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so -1, 5. And then there's my final answer. Okay, now there is one more thing that I want to cover, and that is, let's say I have a triangle right up here. Okay, and let's say ABC. And then let's say I have the translated triangle right here. Oops. And that would be A prime, B prime, C prime. Okay, so I've given you the graph of what it looks like. What you would need to do is the directions would say, describe a translation from triangle ABC to triangle A prime, B prime, C prime. So basically all it's asking you is you need to give the directions. I've already graphed it for you. I want you to tell me what the directions would be to get from A, B, C to A prime, B prime, C prime. So all you really need to do is pick one point and then that same point but prime. So like for instance, I'm going to look at A and A prime. Okay, you need to figure out how do you get from A to A prime. Okay, so here's A, and I'm going to count. Well, I would need to go left 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to write left 4. And then I would need to go down 1, 2. So left 4, down 2. That's my translation for what happened in this shape. And you could flip that around and write it as down 2, left 4, and it would be the same thing. The order in which you write those doesn't really matter. Now, if I had switched those around and I said, okay, what if I want to know the translation from the prime back to the original? Well, it's going to be the same movement, just reversed. You would have to go up 2 and right 4. Okay, so you've really got to pay attention of which shape they, which shape they want you to start at and where you're ending at, and make sure you're going the right direction. Okay, so that sums up translations for us.